It's gonna be okay. No, I know you don't want to hear this right now, but everything happens for a reason.
You're right, Clarence. Everything does happen for a reason. I want you to meet Keanu.
What? No. No. Oh my God, that's the cutest cat I've ever seen in my life.
Well, Grandma, what did you think of the movie KEANU, which is sort of about a cat, a kitten actually, named KEANU.
Yes.
Although, as we find out, the kitten has a lot of different names because it has been sort of gone through a lot of different owners, you might say.
Passed from person to person to person.
Passed from person to person.
Who all fall in love with it. And
They all do because it's a really cute kitten.
Yes.
One of them, though, and his buddy, who's a cousin, I believe, actually,
Yes.
go to great lengths to try and get it back. They're a sort of nerdy African-American duo, and they get involved in all this sort of the drug crime culture of Los Angeles, you might say, and get into lots of trouble. Funny trouble, but trouble. So what did you think of this strange movie?
This strange movie.
Yeah.
Once again.
You're not going to see a movie like this every day, I don't
No.
think.
Once again, through the magic of movie making, I was immersed in a world about which I know nothing. An entirely different world from my existence, which is part of the magic of movies, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the things they can do, is just pluck you up and put you in a situation with people that you would not normally know anything about. Well,
And it's the same thing for these two characters, by the way.
Yes.
That's the
That's exactly what happened.
the whole fish out of water sort of
They may have
thing.
been African American, and they may have a lot of experience with that persona, those personas. But this world of African Americans that they were thrust into, their apartment, or one of them's apartment, is broken into, and
the kitten is stolen.
the kitten is part of what the breaker-inners take, is the kitten. And he had spent just enough time with the kitten, built it its own special nook to live in. He was a loner. You know, he didn't have anyone there to love, so he was showering all of his love on this little kitten. And the kitten was responding, was returning that love, as kittens will. And he'd spent several months building a relationship. So when the kitten was kidnapped or stolen from his apartment, he wanted to go and find KEANU. And that's what leads them into this big adventure. As you can be expected, there was a lot of violence. There was a lot of four-letter words, and many of them. I mean, hardly a sentence came out of anyone's mouth without the F word. And they were trying their darndest to stay alive.
And look like they fit in.
And look like they fit in.
Which they didn't.
Which was very difficult for them, because they were just regular middle class, you know, hardworking folks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with one cousin had a family that he was very, very invested in, a wife that he loved, and, you know, children he was raising.
So they had to put on an act, sort of.
They
through
had
the
to
whole
pretend
thing.
they were members of this rival gang, because they landed in one gang, and the only way that they thought they could survive was to be, you know, as tough guys, if not tougher, than the ones that had their lives in their hands.
Well, how did the movie do?
They did a wonderful job. I mean, I was, there were so many funny moments in this terribly serious situation they were in. I mean, it was serious. They were scared spitless. It was very, very scary situation, as it would be for anyone. I loved it. What did you think?
I thought it was pretty good. It was pretty funny. I'd say it was sort of uneven. There were times when it was quite funny, and there were other times where it was just sort of dragging a bit. The two guys, the comedy team, that these, you know, the main characters, again, they are really good, and I sort of look forward to seeing what they do in future movies, because I think that they have a lot of potential. They show a lot of it in this film, and again, you really do like them as characters, like them as actors, and they're very appealing as a duo. And again, I think that again, in this movie, there's some really fun parts to it.
The chemistry is a good word.
Yes,
They
have really good chemistry, and they have really good timing too. Again, I think that they know what they're doing. Again, you can see that they have worked together for quite a while, and they know how each other, you know, they can work off each other very easily. Again, I thought it was quite funny. Again, it's not perfect. Again, as I say, it's sort of uneven, but I would recommend it. I think it's definitely
some of the
fun and worth seeing.
situations that they got into were so serious
Mm-hmm.
that as the viewer, I didn't know whether, okay, am I supposed to take this seriously? Because, you know, this is really, really dangerous situation they're in here.
That's part of what they would do. They would get it really, really serious, and then they would give it a comedy twist here, a sort of unexpected,
something that would
funny
happen.
twist, yeah. And then, you know, you
would relax a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
I think, oh. One of the things that I really liked was that one of our characters, the one whose name is Clarence, spent some time with these gang members and made a connection with them. And that connection brought out aspects of those characters that they themselves hadn't experienced in a while, where they relaxed and were themselves. I thought that was very well done. I thought, way to go, you know, because he reached his nerdy middle-class character, reached these gangbangers. Is that the right word? Anyway, they were gang members.
Yes, that's the right word.
Who had been trying to be tough guys, you know, for quite a while. You know, they lived in this really tough environment, and they were really tough guys, and they were trying to, you know, they all had these tough names. They didn't even go by their real names. And I thought that was very, underneath these bad guy facades were regular people who hadn't been let out in the light, you know, for a while. I really like that. Whoever decided to put that into the story, I give them 2 thumbs up for that. I enjoyed that.
Well, what about the movie?
2 thumbs up. Yes.
2 thumbs for that too.
Yes, it was very enjoyable.
Yes.
Yes.